Bond has been known for stealing a lot of things from a lot of people in the series, but what if I told you he has stolen the title of Fairy King from King? Yes, in Seven Deadly Sins Season 6, Seven Deadly Sins 4 Nights of the Apocalypse, we do see Bond, he does end up becoming the Fairy King, and yo, this does end up having a effect on the story, and it does end up having a spooky effect on a lot of different characters like Lancelot, because we do see Bond, he does become the Fairy King after marrying Elaine. Yes, we do know that King's sister Elaine, she is entrusted with protecting the forest, the sacred tree, and after Bond does marry her, we do see he begins watching over the fairy forest as the brand new Fairy King in the brand new series. And yo, we see that the fairy forest, ever since Bond has taken over, it is getting infiltrated and finessed by humans at an all-time high. We see that pretty much anybody can enter in and they can sell the fairies fake rocks. Like, they can basically sell them anything to get some good type of materials, and we see Lancelot does not like this at all, to a point where he ends up hating Bond. Okay, he doesn't really hate him, but we do know that he does not like how Bond basically does end up rule over the fairy forest, and we see that Lancelot, he is his entrusted protector. So I definitely do think this is a clear indication that Lancelot, since he basically did see the humans abuse and finesse the fairies, this will affect how he does view humans going on in the series. And we do see this does actually lead him to rebel, have his little mini teenage phase against Bond early, because he does end up becoming the Prince of the Lake. Yes, this is definitely the most spookiest thing in all of Seven Deadly Sins history. We do know that Lancelot, he does leave the fairy forest alongside with Jericho, and they end up walking into Talking Raid. Yes, I'm not hallucinating. We do see the raid in Seven Deadly Sins. It ends up talking to Lancelot, and Lancelot, he ends up following it, and yo, years go by and Lancelot, he returns as the Prince of the Lake. So this is why Seven Deadly Sins, it is looking like one of the best series ever. What the hell is the Prince of the Lake? And I'm willing to bet my channel that this has to be connected to the Lady of the Lake. Like, yo, we just got introduced to chaos and all this stuff, so it would be pretty sick if Lancelot is already connected to it. And yo, while Lancelot was gone, I do think that Bond, he was developing his new power as the Fairy King. Yes, we do know that Bond, he is no longer immortal, so I do think he will be replacing that immortality, not with just the purgatory power, but with Fairy King power. Yes, I do believe that his power, it will be as strong as one of the Fairy Kings, basically as strong as King. So I do think King, he is basically going to be in shock when he does see the new Bond, because Bond, he will literally be as strong as like a Fairy King, and I do think he would possibly be able to grow wings just because he is the new Guardian. So I do think while Lancelot was gone, becoming the Prince of this spooky lake, this did give Bond enough time to develop his powers as the Fairy King, just in case his son tries to fight him once he does come back. Comment what you guys see down below. Subscribe if you haven't. Peace out.